Hello and welcome back. We are in a 10k science creative mode world. We are attempting to build a 10,000 science a minute build. And it's an insane challenge. We are currently looking at blue circuits for high-tech science. So I've just run the numbers on this. The idea is we direct insert from red to blue. We direct insert from green to blue. We direct insert from copper coils into green. And I have just noticed that we don't have prod mods in the blue and in the red. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, so this is slightly under for copper coil, but I'm not worried about that because I think the slightly under is primarily for the red machine. We are slightly over for red. Now the big difference between last build and this build is I have moved this so that the coil and the green are an 11 beacon build, feeding a 12 beacon blue circuit build. Normally it's a 1-to-1 of green to blue. However, we have prod mods, which gives you 40% boost, but it's 11 beacons rather than 12. So anyway, it looks like this balances out. So it's about 8% over capacity, which is fine. We are about 14% over capacity for the red circuit, which I think is fine again. So we're going to need some plastic and we're going to need some sulfuric acid and some other sundries. But I think this looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, so the next part of this would be to work out how many of these we would require. If we go down here, we need 10 blue circuit machines. So this is just one. So let's take one of these. So 10 would be 5 and 5. However, 5 times 4 is 20. That's pretty big. 1, 2, 3. Right, and that is 4, 8, 12 machines, which is about as wide as I would prefer a build to be. So we could stick 2 builds behind this. Okay, does that work? So that is 5 builds. Okay. Then, for the sake of getting this down, let's put some roboports. There we go. Right. There we are. And I have no inputs. Okay, so the copper needs an input, the green needs an input, the red needs an input, and this needs an output. And I'm thinking the inputs for all of these are actually things which are provided by smelters above. Maybe this is something I need to revisit in other builds. Okay, why is this important? We're going to have the smelters up here, and if we had a requester chest here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 extra squares that the bots would need to travel. And squares mean UPS, so we can get rid of that. And this needs everything. We're going to need a couple of standalone green circuit builds for the red circuits. Not a problem. Okay, so we can grab a blueprint of this, I think. Yep. And again, there's probably things we could shuffle around here to win squares, but that really is the the last bit of the build. Okay, what else is there? Oh, we need to put out the product. So the product is the blue circuit. Okay. And this needs to be capped to 1 stack. These things produce slowly, 1 stack will be fine. Okay, so this is our blue circuit build. And I think I'm actually going to save this. Because we need blue circuits in the satellite build. There we are. Okay, so. So I think this so we are very nearly there. So we are 2 copper cable machines under and 1 green circuit build. That is not a problem. All right, so we have a green circuit build. I want to direct insert green circuit, so that would be in our book. Yeah, so let's scroll through this until we find what looks like a green circuit direct insert. Okay. Let's start with that. We'll shuffle everything around. Okay, so first of all, let's make the beacons line up. Right. Do I have a working blueprint anywhere? Nope. Okay. Right. No, that doesn't help. All right. Let's move these individually using arrows. Okay, so these need to be direct inserted. I only need 0.8 of the machine, okay, which isn't massive. However, to do that, I need this to not be, that's aligned, you see, so that doesn't work very well. So that would work. I can't move this over 1. I could move these beacons out 1, depending. Okay. So that's our red circuit machine. Sorry, our green circuit machine. That's fine. We're in credit. Then we need 2 coil machines, I think. So let's find our coils blueprint. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, this is all this is all aligned not very nicely. Let's put this in there. Okay. The issue here is this is all quite nastily aligned. relative to the beacons. Okay, that's not too bad. And we may have the same, yeah, we have the same issue here. Okay. So let's just move everything over. If you're wondering how I'm doing this, Picker Extended lets you move things with arrow keys, basically. Okay, so that should be sufficient coils. Yep. So we're 6% under for coils. I think that's all soaked up by the red machines, but we will run this whole thing to find out. Right, then we need 10k of that, 1k of plastic, and this needed a single plastic machine, I believe. 2 plastic machines. Okay, 2 plastic machines. Do I make the sulfur on site? Might be worth making the sulfur here as well. Okay. I'm trying to make this as self-contained as possible. Okay, let's put down 1 plastic machine here. And then we will see how the numbers add up. Okay, so this needs to be over 1. Okay. There we go. My worry, yeah, my worry is because both builds have this extra gap, we can only really make this too deep, which we may have to rethink the build. Okay, so that. How are we doing? Okay, so we're fine for green circuits. We need slightly more. We're 5% under for plastic. Although we are more than 5% over for red circuits, so that should be fine. Similarly with coils, we're 6% under for coils, but we have probably more than enough coil for the red circuit machines. How many of these do we have in total? 1, 2. We have 10 red circuit machines. That would be supplied by 1 and a fraction of a coil machine. We have 2, so that's fine. Okay, so let's then put in one of these, and this is going to be sulfuric acid. Prop mods and beacons. Okay, so that obviously needs an input of sulfur, but we'll figure that out in a second. Okay, so this is nearly twice the sulfur we need for this build. Sorry, twice the sulfuric acid we need. So then there's a question about whether I should double the build. I could potentially put 2 of these builds back to back. They could share the sulfur machine between the 2 builds. That would work. the plastic, one per build, or I could have, you know, a shared plastic in the middle of two of these builds, back to back. The issue with sulfur is it goes all over the place because we have blue circuit machines all over the place. Okay. But this does look possible. Then we need smelting. And, well, that's not many smelters. 10k and 8k, I can't remember the numbers. It's... where are we? Oh, 31 and 25. Is this right? So 8k of coil, yeah, 31 smelters. So if the build was 15 wide, that would be 2 rows. Then we have the 25 of those. So I think we need to make the build wider. And basically put all of these onto a single line. So like that. Okay, then that's the front line. We can take this out entirely. There we are. So let's put this here. Okay. Let's just check we still have the same. Yep, we still have the same size build. I haven't lost anything. Okay, so we need a green circuit build. I'm wondering, should we... Yeah, we might actually be able to get away with doing this with... We only need 0.8. No, I'm going to do the direct insert one. Sorry. Sorry to go backwards and forwards on this. Right, so let's put this towards the middle. Somewhere along here. And I want these to be... Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so that's got its full 10 beacons. Good. I think that's going to be enough to supply the green circuits that the 10 red machines need. We need to throw in a couple of coil builds, which I want to put the other side to keep things reasonably balanced. Okay, let's put one there, one there. Okay. That's off. Let's try again. We are totally going to have to go through all the builds that we've looked at and move all sorts of things left and right by one to get the chest to line up nicely. So we have 1, 2, 2, 3 builds. This is the middle build. And the middle machines on this build are blue and green. There we go. And that's fine. So that's the copper. Then we need a plastic machine. And I think the plastic is best put this side. Great. And we can shuffle around how the petroleum actually gets in. Okay. There we go. Okay. So then it is the smelting. And we reckon that this is 31 of those, 25 of those. Half of 24 will be 12. So that's 12 on one side, 13 on the other. 6 and 7. Okay, let's do the 6 this side. Oh, let's do them all this side because we have the green circuit. Hang on, no, we need plates all over the place. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look. Let's see that. All right, we've got some issues with beacons not aligning here. Okay, maybe it's this one I need to adjust. We will figure this out. It's this build that's a funny shape and size. Or maybe I just need some other-handed builds. 4. 5. 6. Okay, and then 7 on this side. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would put one more on. Let's put it there. Okay. Then we need, according to this, we need 15 plus 1 per side of copper. There's our copper smelter. That's 5. Nine. 14, 15. And let's put the 16th one here. Okay. That's 5. That's 10. I'm going to move all of these. And then the middle of the build is somewhere here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, let's get rid of this. Now, how are we doing? For symmetry and things, not terrible. I think everything could be shuffled to be a bit neater. Although we do have the constraint that beacons have to be lined up every 3 tiles. So I think for now I'm going to leave that. I think this is our red circuit build. Sorry, our blue circuit build. We need 2 of these. How many of these do we need? No, we need loads of these. Right, let's go back to planner. Right, so we have 10 blue circuit machines here. That's 1/4 of a 10K. We're aiming for 40. Okay, so we need 4 of these builds. 4 of this to feed 1 of this. But that certainly does look achievable to me. We can build 4 of these for 1 of those. So I'm going to leave that here. This is the mock-up of the blue circuit build. These will be built in pairs because the sulfuric acid for this, 1 machine can drive more, approximately 2 of these builds. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, well, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon when we will build the speed module build. Bye-bye.